Hi everyone, it is the weekend and it is already day 9 of Ruth's awesome advent calendar. So the question is, what is behind the door on day 9? Well, the letter and the word behind the door for today is R for rejoice. Goodness, it's been an amazing year. We've had a lot of ups and downs from an environment perspective. And the question is, we're nearly at the end of the year, so what can you really rejoice about? What can you really celebrate from your year? Sometimes we get so busy bemoaning life that we forget to really celebrate and rejoice our achievements that we've actually had through the year. So what would that be for you? What can you really celebrate this weekend that you've really achieved throughout the year? Now, you could have had a really great year and there's lots of things to celebrate. Write down that list of things that you can celebrate this weekend. If you've had a really rubbish year, then think about the times when you really felt happy, you really felt alive. Or just celebrate the fact that you've made it to the end of this year, because some people, unfortunately, haven't. So just celebrate the fact that you get to be here at the end of the year and rejoice in that fact. Now, once you've written down your entire list, it could be 1, 2, 3 or 10 magical things to rejoice about. Have a think about what things you've really learnt throughout this year. What could you have done better if you were to do the year again? What would that be for you? Is there anything that you really know you weren't your best at? Is there anything you know that you weren't showing up as your best self, or you really didn't put your heart into it, you weren't fully engaged? What would those things be, the times that you really learned lessons throughout this year? And then we would think about, what can you do differently next year based on the lessons you've learned for this year? Perhaps it is having much greater focus on the activities at hand, weaponising the time that you spend on an activity. We went Christmas shopping this weekend, which is why I'm wearing this crazy hat, and we completely weaponised Christmas shopping. We smashed it all in one day, which was absolutely brilliant, and now we're busy wrapping, being Elfers in the wrapping campaign. But what is it that you have actually learnt that you can take into next year and really move yourself forward and really excel up to that other level? Can you do anything differently? Do you need to change your environment compared to the one that you were in this year? Is there something you need to change within yourself? What is it that you can do differently next year as you go into the new year so that you can really move yourself forward and really excel next year? What would that be for you? I know this time last year I was in a very dark place, and I realised at the beginning of next year that it was time to really make a change, to really move away from what I would call was quite a toxic environment that wasn't really serving me. I wasn't really serving myself. And since making that change, since creating the right environment for me to flourish, I've really been able to excel throughout the year, and I'm really so happy that I've got to the end of the year as joyful as I can be and being a crazy Christmas elf. So I hope if you had a really difficult year that you'll be able to think about what you can do differently next year, as I was able to, and think about how can you really change your environment to suit you better, or how can you change your thoughts, your mindset that's within you to really move yourself forward. So just to summarise, the letter for today is rejoice. Rejoice in your achievements for the year, even if that is simply making it through to the end of the year, having a roof over your head, or having your loved ones near you. Because as we know, some people have not been as fortunate this year, particularly with some of the disasters, the natural disasters that have taken place and that continue to be ongoing. And the next thing we talked about is what can you take as lessons learned from the year? If you were to repeat your year again, what would you do differently? And then finally, based on those lessons learned, how are you going to transfer them forward into the new year so that you can really have an outstanding 2018 and really think about how you can do 2018 differently so you can really lift yourself up to that other level. I hope you enjoyed day 9, which is all about rejoicing and celebrating the successes of the year, and that you'll join me tomorrow in day 10 of Ruth's awesome advent calendar. Now, don't forget before you go that the person that guesses the secret message will be in a chance for winning 2 free tickets to High Performance Academy Live. It is the first person that messages me by email the correct secret message behind all the doors is the first person to win those 2 free tickets to High Performance Academy Live in the US in Phoenix, Arizona in March next year. Can't wait to find out what's behind the door on day 10 of Ruth's awesome advent calendar.